very good morning to one and all. Once again, I welcome you for the next session. So, I'm going to handle the case study for you in the same unit, that is creative strategy. There is a very good case study which is called as responsibility of recruiters. You see, there are a lot of companies which runs. So let here this case study. What we are going to do is we are going to analyze about a particular problem, and in that problem what sort of thing has been studied, and what sort of solution has been come. It is like where it has happened in one of the industry. So we are going to discuss about that. Before we go with the topic, that we will just recap what we have seen in the previous chapter, session. Previous session, we you know very well that we have taken a case study from a company where they have the problem in recruiting. So there, what happened is the performance appraisal and the training and developments, and the lack of employee support and well-beings. So based on that, we had a problem, and those problem was solved by taking as a design thinking process, and how it has been brought into a solution we have seen in the previous session. And today we are going to see in this, like how far uh, the leader, that is the recruiter, or should be more responsible to run the scene in the better way. So in such a way, here you see the case study. Here is the issues. Imagine, first thing is, imagine that you are the recruiter in a company, any companies. Your company is one of the leading and most innovative organization, right? So in such cases, the retail consumers in the goods industry, what they do is like you see the presidents, the vice presidents, the leaders, the hiring people, managers, everything, whoever they comes in the organization, they just, what happened is they just receive a notice. Okay, what sort of notice that what is the issue over here is they receive the notice from the director of the market. Why? Because they were not able to sell the products or deliver the product in the right time. So what the thing they have received is, before at the end of December 2014, they have they people have to get relieved. So this is like what to do. There is the responsible people, but they are getting a similar what to say thing, that they have to get tired in December. What company it's that what they do? They do glove accessories. Okay, so this glove accessory, for example, it should not get delayed. Why it should not get delayed? The period like COVID, and like in the hospitals, these kind of gloves are very very important. So when it's not getting delivered at that particular time, the leaders are the responsible people who they have to give it. So in such cases, it was not delivered in such a way. There was no proper responsible the organizations to take. So December 2014, they wanted to get relieved. So this was the issue what has been they what identified. And after that, here the responsibility takes much. The recruiter, the responsible strategy has to be taken as while hiring. So he has to identify the diversified candidates. First thing is the issue is that. So after that, to resolve that, here he has to bring the diversified people who are the candidates who shows more responsibility in hiring, and identify the diverse candidates. They have to pool They have to what to say, they have to filter, they have to market in the director positions. Okay, so in such a way there is a fast roll of things happening. So in this picture, if you see a responsible person, he has to see count down what sort of responsibilities are there to be taken. So once he is like step into the organization, here he has to number the problems what he has identified. He has to take whole responsibility of each and every problems which arise in the organization. He need to never develop a strong selection process. He has to adopt a tool where he have to to take the potential candidates. Okay, so that is called the responsibility. So here he knows that the challenge, what challenge that a particular a leader has to take, right? So once that has been established the process, you have to execute. So here the issue has been noted down, then you are having the, you are identifying it, and you are taking a better challenge. So in that challenge, what you have taken, it should be executed. Okay, in the like what, like when the recruitment strategy has been taken, it will it will very very important source for someone to have solid experience. So such kind of experience he has already had, and from there once if you wanted to come out, what you should do, you should have a strong, a solid experience in a retail consumer market. So such kind of things should not happen. So where there is a will, there is a way. So likewise, when you have that proper responsibility in you, there you can have that. So here you see he is bringing a solution over here. So what sort of solution? There are nearly 17 what to say, uses of selection tools. So one by one he brings out as a part of recruiting project. The manager and the director and human resource, or whoever the leaders in that job, they describe the job and who will be finding the best people. So they explain the complete scenario and the schedule to the hiring manager. So they discuss, they before doing the recruitment and selection plans, they fill the open boards, they identify, they have a meeting, then what you call, they in the panel they come prepared well, and they discuss about the communications and what are the process that they have to do. So lot of things are step by step, that 17 uses, that how the selection tools was discussed among the recruiters. And when they discuss about all these things, what happens, they come to the in their clarification that they can find a new person, right? So that is the entire solution what has been brought in this thing. So when the work is not happening, see, this is the tools, like different tools which has been taken by the selection process. So what happens here, the benefit is there are two different tasks there which they have to find out. That is, they have to establish the process, they have to execute recruiting strategy. Okay, what are the two things? They have to establish the process, they have to execute recruiting strategies. So when they do these two process, then automatically what happens? So by looking at this picture, you can understand. So where the arrow goes and it's at the right place. So here the recruiting, the selection tools, with the help of the selection tools, what happens is we can aim for the right person for the right job. And another thing is another one of the main major sources, like we have to analyze about the job, we have to explain about the job, because you have to find the best people. So there is almost with all these problem, if we find the best person at the earlier stage by using all the tools, such kind of problems may be erased. So, to discuss with the recruitment and selection plans to fill the open board position, it is not that only one person has to select. They have to communicate, they have to coordinate, they have to discuss, they have to have a meeting, they have to have a selection plan, and then this has to be done. So it has to have an idea, it has to have a plan to hit the target at the right time. So that is the only thing what we have to discuss over here. And here, so certainly this picture, when you look at this, this is the end result where we know about, because here, you be different, you should be different. You see, when you look at this step, it is going one by one to prepare good communication. As I told you, to summarize with this case study, we have to, once when we come to know about the problem, what is that problem, where, it is happened with the help of certain, what to say, wrong things with miscommunication or misunderstanding or whatever. So from then onwards, he has brought the benefits, he has challenged, he has taken as a challenge, and he knew what benefit he can attain. And finally he got the solution that he has to look for a new recruitment. So he has to find the right person for right job. So only then that can be resolved. So in such kind of environment and areas, it should not happen. So once if it has happened, how to resolve it is the statement where it gives in this particular case study. And thank you so much for your kind patient, and thank you.